Okay, it's time to make another bird bath. I haven't made one in a while. And I grew elephant ears just for this bird bath, but my garden, my wildflowers came up, my marigolds came up, and I couldn't cut any of them down, so they've kind of taken over where my elephant ear grew. I don't have the heart to cut down any of my flowers when they pop back up year after year. So I wasn't expecting this many marigolds this year. I didn't have this many last year. But this is my elephant ear in here. And it's got some very big leaves. So we are gonna make bird baths out of these leaves. I'm gonna make 3. That leaf has been eaten by something. It's probably where the goldfinches have been standing on it, eating their seeds. So I'm gonna cut, there's a smaller one down there. I don't know if I have enough cement to do 3 big ones, but we'll try. So I'm gonna cut these leaves, and we're gonna make a couple, or we're gonna make a few bird baths. You're gonna need a place to do this to where you're gonna be able to let it dry overnight. I think most of the videos I watched said 24 hours, but it is so hot right now, I don't want to do it outside. Plus we have evening thunder showers and all of that this time of year. So I have set it up in my garage. Since my husband's out of town, I don't have a car in this side of the garage, so I'm just going to do it over here. I've got a fold out table I put a tarp on, and that's where we're going to set up. So I'm going to use Cook and Spray. Some videos say use Cook and Spray, some you don't have to. I don't know how important it is, but I'm going to use it. This is the leaves I've got. I've got this one. This one's a little bit bigger, and this one is the biggest. I've got my shade open on the garage window, hoping to get a little more light in here, and I also have a light shining down, a garage light, so hopefully we can see what we're doing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 3 to fit on this table. I'm going to start off with the biggest one. It also says use plastic wrap on some of the videos. Some of the videos doesn't show the plastic wrap. We also need sand, so let me go get my sand. I'm pretty sure we got the wrong sand. We have a 70-pound bag of Quick Creek all-purpose sand. I think this is coarse sand. I haven't opened it yet, but I think I should have probably got like something like the play sand. But we'll see if this will work to form a mound to put the leaf on top of. I'm gonna try to make it work. Don't know if it is or isn't. I should probably just go up to Ace and get the right sand, but I don't really want to get out again. I've got the window open because this stuff, you don't want to get it in your lungs. You also might want to wear a mask just to make sure you don't irritate your lungs because it is dusty. So I need to put a lot more down. It'll work. I just don't like using this kind of sand. If you do it, get play sand. You do want it to mound up because you want your bird bath to have a little depth through it, but I don't want it too deep because the birds like a shallow bath. So I need to get some more down here, come out here a little further with it, and down here on the corners. And how big you've got this mound is how deep your bird bath will be. I think that's going to work. I'm going to cut that stem. This naturally comes up right here because of that vein. I may need to put a little bit more sand right there. Make it a little deeper because that's how the leaf's going. Then I'm going to spray the back of the leaf. I'm not going to do the plastic wrap. I saw a video where it said you put plastic wrap over the sand. I'm going to mound this up a little bit. I'll see if I had the play sand, I could spray it with some water and it would stick a little better and build up like a sand castle. This sand is nothing but just rock ground up. So I can't do a whole lot. I think that's going to work. As you notice, I have gloves on. You want to make sure you've got gloves, you got a face mask, because working in concrete, you don't want that stuff getting in your lungs, especially if you get the wrong kind of sand. I'm just going to use some Pam cooking spray and spray the back of this. Oh, I forgot to cut off my stem. I'll come over here where y'all can see what I'm doing. The purpose of the cooking spray is to help it release from the cement better. Although I've seen videos where they don't use it and it seems to work fine. But in some of these videos, they don't go through the entire step-by-step, so you don't actually see how hard it is to remove it from the rock. You just see them peel a little bit, then they come back and it's all peeled off. So I'll leave it running when I'm peeling it, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, if you have any tears, if you have like a little tear here or there, you just want to put some masking tape on it, on this side of it, the front side, to tape it back together, because anything on the back is what the concrete's gonna, that's your mold. So that's what the cement is gonna get. So the more veins you have up through your leaf, the better it's gonna look. This one looks really good. I want to get this as flat as I can. I did it as close to the end of the table as I could because I want to do another one. I would like to do 3, but I don't think I'm going to get 3 to fit on this table. That's probably why the saran wrap comes in handy, so you don't get the sand on the back side of your leaf. But any tears or anything you have in it, just get some masking tape and tape the front side of the leaf. Okay, I'm gonna go mix up my concrete. I have Quickcrete. I'll show y'all what I have. I'll take that back. I'm gonna do one more leaf over here, get it set up like I did this one. That way when I get the concrete mixed together, if I have any left over, I can immediately go to the next leaf. Okay, over here is what I'm using. Fast Steady concrete mix, Quickcrete. It tells you on the back, based on what you're doing, what to mix it for. What I'm going to do is I have a 5-gallon bucket right here. I'm going to fill it about, I don't know, 1/4 of the way to a half of the way. I'm not going to be half the way. It's probably about 1/4 up with Quickcrete, and then I'm going to fill it with water. And I just mix the water in until it's the right consistency. I don't really do any measuring. But I'm going to go out back to my water hose. And I do everything over my wheelbarrow, and I'm glad I did because the bag busted. When I went to open it, it went down the side. So a pitcher that I have that I fill bird baths with and clean them with. Got some water in it so I can do it in here so y'all can see what I'm doing. I don't think you can see what I'm doing. It's too dark in here. You want it like a little dry, a little wetter than Play-Doh. I may need it just a tad bit drier, but it's going to dry out. But you want to start from the middle, work your way to the outside. kind of pat it. I don't know if I like this quick creep, but we'll see how it turns out. I'm only going to do one. That other one over there is just going to have to wait. I want to make sure it turns out with a quick creep before I do another. Make sure you got a good pair of gloves. These are those rubber gloves like you clean toilets with. Cleaning gloves. I don't know if they're considered the best ones. I got this window open in the garage and I'm sweating because it's a heat index of, I think it said the real feel was 104. So it's kind of hot out here. When I shut the window though, it'll get cool because the air conditioner does, there's not a vent out here, but the air conditioner is out here. The inside part of the central heat and air unit, and it usually stays pretty cool in this garage. Okay, I'm not going to keep the camera running so the battery doesn't go dead before I'm done. But we're just going to go all the way down to the edges of the leaves with the concrete or the cement mixture. Okay, that's what I got so far. That little square flat place there, that's kind of like a stand. I don't know how it's going to work. I may have needed to put it a little further down, but I'll figure it out. We're going to let it dry. As it dries a little, I'll smooth it out a little bit more. Alright, let me put my glove on. It's a little wet and I wanted it to be a little wet. I went and washed everything outside and my gloves were washed too, so they're still wet. I just want to kind of smooth this out a little. This has only been sitting here for about 10 minutes and it's already setting. Kind of worried about the edges. They might be a little too thin. Should have probably made them a little thicker, but I'll learn from this one when I do the next one. Hopefully that leaf doesn't wilt up too much before I'm able to use it, but I want to make sure this one turns out first. So I'm gonna let this sit here overnight and I'll come back tomorrow and we'll see what it looks like. All right, it's the next day. This is what we got. All right, that's a little bit better. Cement mixture I've got, it is kind of rough. This is going to be heavy. Let's see. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, I was worried that it was going to be too rough on top. Okay, I'm happy with this, y'all. I got some sandpaper. I'm going to go around the edges. See, the edges are kind of crumbly because it's got some of that rock mixed in from that sand. So I'm just going to use some sandpaper and go around the edges here. Smooth it out a little bit. I want it to look kind of jagged like a leaf, but I want to make sure I get all these little pieces that are about to fall off. See how there's little rocks there, but that's from this wrong kind of sand. Gets stuck in there. So this will smooth it up. But I want it to stay jagged looking like the leaf. Okay, I think that's good. I do not have the paint I'm going to use to paint this yet because I'm researching to see what's safest for my birds and sealer and all of that. Plus this needs to cure for 28 days. So you don't need to put water in it right away. You need to let it cure. But I have a table in my basement that I'm going to set it on and let it sit there for a while, and I'm going to make the next one. So I'll get that ready in just a few minutes. I managed to make 2 bird baths. Here's some suggestions. Don't cut your leaf until you're ready to use it. Don't cut 3 ahead of time like I did. By the time I got to the 3rd one, it was already wilted and I couldn't use it. Unless you're doing all 3 of them at one time, then go ahead and cut them. Use play sand. Don't get any other type of sand except play sand. The sand makes a big difference because the type of sand I had was difficult to build into a mound. Play sand is made to build into a mound. You can wet it, you can shape it and all of that, and it's smooth. So always get play sand. I have more elephant ears popping out, so I'm going to try this again. I think I will use a different type of cement next time. The quick set was very rocky. It turned out fine once it set, but I think I want to try something a little smoother. So I may try the Portland cement that needs to be mixed with sand to see how it does. I will also use plastic wrap next time because it keeps the sand on the bottom from mixing in with the concrete as it sets. This is part 1 of the video. I will make a part 2 to this video when I start painting and sealing the bird bath. I will show you what I use to paint it and seal it with. I will also show you the steps I take to get it ready for the birds. Thanks so much for watching part 1 of this video of these amazing leaf bird baths. I am very happy with how they turned out, even though there are some things I will do differently. Stay tuned for part 2, and until then, happy birding from Chattanooga.